Ernest Borgnine, born on January 24, 1917, in Hamden, Connecticut, was the son of Italian immigrants. Growing up in a working-class family, Borgnine learned the value of hard work, resilience, and discipline from an early age. His early years were marked by the separation of his parents, and he spent some time in Italy with his mother before returning to the United States. This transatlantic experience gave him a broad cultural perspective and instilled in him a strong understanding of struggle and perseverance. These qualities would later define his career and contribute to the depth and authenticity of his performances on screen. Borgnine's childhood shaped him into a man of character and determination, qualities that would serve him well in his journey toward becoming one of Hollywood's most iconic actors. Military service and discipline. Before stepping into Hollywood, Ernest Borgnine served in the United States Navy for over a decade, including throughout World War II. His time in the Navy had a profound impact on him, shaping his character and work ethic. Borgnine often spoke fondly of his military service, crediting it with giving him direction and purpose in life. His years in uniform instilled in him a sense of discipline, loyalty, and camaraderie that would carry over into his acting career. Even after his transition to Hollywood stardom, Borgnine remained closely connected to military life, frequently participating in veteran events and supporting causes that honored servicemen and women. His deep connection to his military roots remained a significant part of his identity, and it influenced his portrayal of tough, no-nonsense characters on screen. The journey to acting. After being discharged from the Navy, Ernest Borgnine faced a period of uncertainty about his future. With no prior experience in the arts, he initially found it difficult to chart a path for himself. However, at the suggestion of his mother, who believed in his natural ability to express himself, he enrolled in acting classes. This step, taken with trepidation, turned into a full-fledged passion as Borgnine discovered his love for acting. He honed his craft in theater, particularly at the Barter Theater in Virginia, before making his way to Broadway and eventually Hollywood. His distinct appearance, including his burly build and gap-toothed grin, made him an instantly recognizable figure in the industry. Early in his career, he was often typecast as a villain or roughneck, but his versatility soon became apparent, and he began to take on more varied roles. Breakthrough role in Marty Ernest Borgnine's breakthrough role came in 1955 when he starred in the film Marty, a heartfelt drama about a lonely butcher in the Bronx searching for love and self-worth. The role, which required Borgnine to step away from his typical tough guy persona, showcased his ability to portray vulnerability and tenderness. His performance as Marty Piletti was deeply human, unglamorous, and emotionally resonant, and it earned him widespread acclaim. The film became a critical success, and Borgnine's portrayal of Marty won him the Academy Award for Best Actor. This moment not only cemented his place in cinema history, but also proved that Borgnine was capable of much more than playing stock villains. It marked the beginning of his transition from character actor to leading man, capable of handling complex multidimensional roles. Versatility in Hollywood. Throughout his long and illustrious career, Ernest Borgnine demonstrated an impressive range of roles that spanned multiple genres. He appeared in gritty war films such as From Here to Eternity, 1953, classic westerns like The Wild Bunch, 1969, and action-packed adventures such as The Dirty Dozen, 1967. Each of these films showcased a different side of Borgnine's acting prowess, demonstrating his ability to bring depth to characters from all walks of life. Beyond film, Borgnine became a household name in the 1960s, with his role as Lieutenant Commander Quentin McHale on the popular TV series McHale's Navy. The role allowed him to display his comedic timing and charm, endearing him to a new generation of fans. His later voice work as Mermaid Man on SpongeBob SquarePants also introduced him to younger audiences, further expanding his legacy. Personal life and marriages. Ernest Borgnine's personal life was as colorful and eventful as his career. Over the course of his life, he was married 5 times, each relationship reflecting different chapters of his personal and professional journey. His first marriage, to Rhoda Kemmons in 1949, came shortly after his discharge from the Navy. Together, they had a daughter, Nancy, born in 1952. However, as Borgnine's career took off in the 1950s, the pressures of Hollywood fame and the demands of his work took a toll on their marriage, leading to their divorce in 1958. Despite the split, Borgnine remained committed to being a good father to Nancy, and family remained a ground force in his life. His second marriage to Mexican actress Katie Gerardo in 1959 was marked by intensity and passion, but it ended in divorce in 1963 due to their conflicting personalities and demanding careers. Marriage to Ethel Merman. Borgnine's third marriage, to legendary actress and singer Ethel Merman in 1964, became one of the most infamous chapters in his personal history. Merman, known for her larger-than-life personality, was a stark contrast to Borgnine's boisterous nature. The marriage was volatile from the start, as both were headstrong and prone to fiery tempers. The union famously lasted only 42 days, making it one of the shortest marriages in Hollywood history. The brief and tumultuous relationship became a subject of much public fascination, and Merman later reflected on it in her autobiography, leaving a page blank in the chapter discussing her marriage to Borgnine. Tim Conway, a close friend of Borgnine, humorously remarked that both Merman and Borgnine had too much explosive energy, which inevitably led to the marriage's demise. The fourth marriage and fatherhood. In 1965, Borgnine married Donna Rancor, a relationship that lasted much longer than his previous unions. The couple had 3 children: daughter Sharon, born in 1965, son Christopher, born in 1969, and daughter Diana, born in 1970. Borgnine was deeply proud of his growing family and often spoke about the joy his children brought him. Despite the family bond, the marriage to Donna ended in 1972, and Borgnine found himself single once again. However, he remained close to his children and continued to prioritize his role as a father, even amidst the turbulence of his personal relationships. His fourth marriage provided him with some stability, and it was clear that his children had become a source of deep fulfillment for him. Final marriage to Tove Traes. In 1973, Ernest Borgnine married Tove Traes, a Norwegian-born businesswoman who would become his most enduring partner. Tove, who later achieved success as an entrepreneur with her cosmetics brand, provided Borgnine with the calm and balance that had often eluded him in earlier relationships. Their marriage, which lasted for nearly 4 decades, is remembered as the true anchor of Borgnine's personal life. Tove was not only a loving wife, but also a steadfast supporter of Borgnine's career. Their relationship remained strong until his death in 2012, and Tove stood by his side through his twilight years, offering the love and stability that helped Borgnine maintain his grounded personality in the midst of Hollywood's chaos. Honesty and candid opinions. Ernest Borgnine was known for his candid, no-nonsense personality, which extended to his views on his colleagues in Hollywood. He was never one to shy away from speaking his mind, even when it came to fellow actors he did not get along with. Borgnine's honesty about the actors he disliked became part of his enduring legend. His forthrightness set him apart from many of his peers, who preferred to keep Hollywood feuds under wraps. Among the actors Borgnine openly expressed his dislike for was Frank Sinatra. Borgnine often recounted how he found Sinatra arrogant and dismissive, particularly toward character actors and crew members. For Borgnine, this kind of behavior was intolerable, and he never warmed to Sinatra, even years after they had crossed paths in Hollywood. Dislike for Dean Martin and other actors. Ernest Borgnine also expressed frustration with Frank Sinatra's Rat Pack companion, Dean Martin. While Borgnine's feelings toward Martin were not as strong as those toward Sinatra, he still found Martin's approach to acting and life troubling. Borgnine felt that Martin coasted on his charm and never fully committed to his craft. To Borgnine, who prided himself on hard work and dedication, Martin's laid-back approach to acting seemed lazy and unserious. Borgnine dismissed Martin as someone who never took his work seriously, which rubbed him the wrong way. Additionally, Borgnine had issues with younger TV actors who, in his view, lacked respect for veteran performers. He disliked those,